Have you ever had that feeling, that little voice in the back of your head that just keeps whispering, I want to quit? But then immediately you feel, stuck, paralyzed even. You just have no idea where to start. Today, we're going to untangle that feeling and map out a real, actionable path forward.
This one question, it can get stuck on a loop in your head for months, sometimes even years. You know you're not happy. You know something has to give. But that question, how do I start? It feels like trying to climb this huge, impossible mountain. The good news? You're definitely not alone, and there is a very real starting point.
So, before we even touch on things like resumes or job boards, we've got to deal with the very first hurdle. And honestly, it's the biggest one. That little voice inside your own head that's keeping you exactly where you are.
Does that sound familiar? Yeah, we tell ourselves these things all the time, right? We kind of just brush off our own feelings, telling ourselves it's not that bad, or it'll pass. But the very first step, the real starting line, is to just stop doing that. Take a breath and ask yourself, for real, are you staying because you actually love this job, or are you just afraid to leave?
Okay, so what do? It starts with two simple but super important actions. First, you just have to accept that what you're feeling is real. It's valid. No more dismissing it. And second, you got to get all those swirling, chaotic thoughts out of your head and down on paper.
There's some real magic in this, When all those reasons are just spinning around in your mind, they feel massive and overwhelming. But the moment you write them down, I'm completely exhausted, or this place is just toxic, or I have zero passion for this anymore, they become real, tangible things you can actually look at. Writing it all down makes the truth pretty hard to ignore.
All right, once you've faced the truth, it's time to shift from just thinking to actually doing. The goal here is a safe jump. You need to build your parachute before you leap out of the plane.
This is it. This is the most practical, no-nonsense question you need to ask. Let's forget about dream jobs for just a minute. Let's get real. If your paycheck stopped tomorrow, could you handle it? If the answer is, I don't know, or a flat-out no, then that's okay, because now you know exactly where your preparation needs to begin.
This is your number. This is the goal. A financial cushion that can cover your life for 3 to 6 months. This isn't just money in the bank. It's freedom. It's options. It's the foundation of that parachute we were talking about.
Just think about it this way. Quitting a job without a plan is like jumping out of a plane and hoping for the best. It's terrifying and pretty risky. But slowly, methodically building up that financial reserve, that's you, carefully packing your own parachute, making sure you're ready for a much, much smoother landing into whatever comes next.
And hey, while you're building up that savings, you can start doing these other little things. And notice the key word here is quietly. You don't have to make some big announcement. Just start looking around. See what's out there. Applying to a job or two isn't some lifelong commitment. Think of it as just gathering information. And talking to a friend who's done this before, it makes the whole thing feel so much less scary and way more possible.
So, you're making a financial plan. You're quietly exploring your options. And then bam, you hit it, the big one, that emotional wall of fear. Let's talk about how to get over it.
This is all about reframing. Our brains, they're kind of wired to focus on the scary stuff. What if I fail? What if I regret this? You have to consciously flip that script. Ask yourself, but what if this is amazing? What if I find a life that's so much happier, so much less stressful? You have to give that possibility just as much weight as the fear.
Please, pay attention to this one. That feeling of burnout, the anxiety, the constant exhaustion, those aren't just feelings, they're signals, they're red flags. Your body is often screaming at you that a situation just isn't working long before your mind is ready to admit it. Don't wait until you're at a breaking point to finally listen.
The fear of what our family or friends will think can be a huge obstacle. This is just a really simple but powerful shift in how you talk about it. Instead of just complaining, which can make people defensive, you frame it as a positive goal. It's not about running away from something bad, it's about moving towards something that's a better fit for you. That's a conversation that invites support, not judgment. Okay, so we've dealt with that inner voice, we've got a practical plan, and we're facing our fears. Now for the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle, truly owning this decision. This is how you stop dreaming and start doing. Don't just say, I'll quit someday. Give yourself a deadline. Maybe it's 3 months from now, maybe it's 6. The exact time doesn't matter as much as the act of setting it. Decide today that you're going to start preparing. Then check in on your progress in a few months. And when that deadline comes, you make a decision. This creates real momentum.
And when it comes right down to it, this is the simple truth you need to hold on to. Your job,
It's a part of your life, sure, but it is not your entire life. You don't owe any company your mental health or your happiness. This life is yours. You get to choose the path that's right for you.
And please remember this, even if you do all these things and you decide that right now isn't the time to leave, that's okay. That's not a failure. The simple act of starting this process, saving some money, looking at what else is out there, just prioritizing your own well-being, that is a massive win. It's a profound act of self-love. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Thinking about everything we just talked about, where are you the most stuck? Is it the financial fear? Is it that nagging voice of self-doubt? Or is it the worry about what other people are going to think? Figuring out your biggest roadblock, that's your true first step on this whole journey.